What is going on YouTube? Hayden here, and in today's episode we are going to be looking at XRP, Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin, the Russell 1000, and the S&P 500. Now, in yesterday's episode we mentioned how a breakout could be starting within most of these major cryptocurrencies. Specifically, we were looking at things like XRP, where we started to see the prices slightly start to rise above moving average, which is very exciting and honestly really good news if you ask me. The reason being is we've been in this kind of descending fractal for a very long time, lower high, lower lows forming since I'd say January, the beginning of this year, in this downtrend. And for the first time in a long time, we've actually managed to complete more than a 2-day closure above major resistance. This downtrend has been nothing but causing rejection. Even here, where we had the 1-day candle close, we couldn't stay behind it for longer than that, and we fell. Well, it's been over a week now of this consolidation outside this major resistance here, and this means we should be on the up and up, which is very exciting. So we're going to go over that in today's video, kind of see where we could be moving to. As you guys know, we do strongly believe that we are going to complete a head and shoulders pattern here, and that means short term we should be pretty bullish on XRP, but we're also going to look at these other cryptocurrencies. You can see Solana here on the up and up, finally hit moving average. Very exciting news. XRP also did that. Ethereum isn't there just yet, but I do believe we could. Bitcoin is trading above its moving average here. We have the Russell 1000, which should be heading up higher today, and I do believe coming into contact with its moving average. And then the S&P 500, I do believe, should be heading up to retest moving average as well on the daily charts here. So I'm excited. Hopefully you guys are excited too. Now, with that being said, definitely make sure to smash that like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's get right into today's episode. So guys, before we dive into the technical analysis, remember that I have recently partnered up with BITUNIX to offer you guys some other opportunities and free bonus cryptocurrency for you guys to take advantage of. The link to BITUNIX is down in the description below. And like I always say, it's good to not have all your eggs in one basket and to spread them out across multiple exchanges. Reason being is to put everything into one exchange. We've seen exchanges come and go in the past. Not so much that they just vanish, but sometimes they can get hacked. Not to say that the ones that we use do get hacked, but just to not have everything in one spot for liquidity reasons, for trading reasons, it's good to, share the prize pool and spread your wealth, if that makes sense here. And especially because different exchanges offer different promos that go around all the time here. I'm going to update you guys later on with the next promo that BITUNIX is currently offering here, but definitely make sure to check them out with the link down in the description below, and we'll talk about them later on in today's video here. But moving forward to the coin market cap, you can see again, it's crazy that we're back up to 50 on the Fear and Greed Index, 53. We're trading at neutral when before, just a couple of weeks ago, we were at like 17 extreme fear, and we finally managed to revamp and change that up, which is excellent here. It's finally starting to switch things up, but we seem to be in more of a consolidative standpoint here. Nothing really you can see is happening. Market cap flatline, CMC flatline. You can see right here, nothing's really been happening since I'd say Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Now it's Tuesday. Just flatline sideways trading for most of these cryptocurrencies, which means something is kind of brewing and something is coming for these cryptos, because the longer we stay stagnant and not volatile in a market that typically is extremely volatile, means something is coming and we should be getting the results fairly soon. Now, I do strongly believe that the markets are due to see some sort of incline, continued movement to the upside here. We had a major crash over the past couple of weeks, and for the first time, we're starting to create a higher low pattern, not a lower high pattern. Look on XRP, for example, consistently lower highs and lower lows. And what I mean by that is each time we fell, it was lower than the last, and each time we rallied, it was lower than the last. So for the first time ever, we've managed to reject and reverse out of that, where now we're creating higher lows and higher highs as we start to scale up higher. So I have a very strong feeling we could be in the process of completing our head and shoulders pattern. For those that don't know what a head and shoulders crypto pattern is, I want to show you that real quick. You can see this is typically what those look like. We have multiple shoulders, obviously two. We have the head in the middle and a neckline right here, which would then pretty much put us on path as to what to expect. You can see here the invalidation target. We have the left shoulder, the right shoulder, the head, followed by the breakdown target. You can see where that neckline is that kind of holds the price above it. And that's pretty much where we're looking at for XRP. We have the left shoulder, the right shoulder, the head, the neckline, and we typically break into it. So this is doing exactly what we figured. We seem to have a little bit of turbulence due to the moving average catching up here, unlike before. So I do think we'll consolidate, but I do strongly believe we could see something along the lines of this, followed by correction. Truly, that's where I would expect to see markets move to and start to correct to the downside here. I'm not surprised. I don't think you guys should be surprised too much. We finally started to break out of this, so I think that's a very large bullish signal, and that should cause markets to do something like that. Truly, I do believe we should see a very solid reversal figure happen to XRP, and that would cause the markets to veer up. We'd see a small bullish correction followed by correction, and it kind of makes sense when you start to look at these other cryptos. When we do see that opportunity take place here, we will take advantage of it on BITUNIX because surprisingly, well, not surprisingly, but what's awesome is BITUNIX does offer XRP to leverage trade, which is excellent. It's much newer than these other crypto markets. Our other exchanges don't seem to offer this. BITUNIX does, so that's an excellent feature here. But you can see with us just starting to trade above here, there's a good chance we could see that rally to the upside here. What's nice is you can also add indicators, like if we wanted to add the 52-week moving, week high and low, you can see that's right here where we're below it here. And because we're trending out of it, there's a good chance, hopefully, let me close that we should start to see that ascend us to the upside here. Because you can see we've rejected off support and rallied up, like we've rebounded off of it consistently here. So we are looking for that second shoulder to start. And when we start to see some volume creep up, we could expect to see a short-term play, or because we don't care about it, like if you were doing a long-term play, you could theoretically put a buy-in with the anticipation of like getting out of it around the $2.80 zone on BITUNIX here, which is excellent too. But we did officially break out of that, downtrend here, which is certainly good news if you ask me. Now, other cryptos like Solana, you can see we're starting to hit a bit of turbulence here. Markets are starting to react with moving average. I mean, it saw its rally. This was what was anticipated, what it needed. It saw the run up. It hit 58%. I mean, that's plenty of a bullish run here, and now we're starting to consolidate. We hit price target right on the head, so we should see some consolidation, and if things go well, that would also cause markets to rally up even higher. So I'm excited. Hopefully you guys are excited too. Let's see what happens, the results. But for right now, the consolidation is certainly a good thing if you ask me. And with us hitting here, we're going to probably flatline out for a bit. That's why we're hitting a bit of turbulence. The markets don't really know how to react. Volume has been dying off, and we're hitting some problem zones right now. XRP2, that moving average here, while volume slows down. Ethereum's hitting its price ceiling here, problem zone. If we can get back above that, I would likely expect to see markets kind of rally up. But until then, we're kind of sitting ducks, consolidating and waiting for some sort of movement to happen here. Bitcoin looks all right, consolidating again. Like most of these markets need a cool-off period, which is what we're experiencing now. Hopefully, it will lower us back down on moving average, and then we can head up even higher. And you can see we're kind of seeing a similar motion within the Russell 1000 and the S&P. We broke outside of this kind of descending fractal, which is certainly a good sign. I don't know if there's another downtrend. We certainly could be drawing one of those on here. I still think it's a little too early to tell. This looks more of the, this looks more accurate than before, surprisingly. Might as well leave it on like that. But as for this top resistance, we don't know for sure just yet where that is, because it could be, interestingly, something like this. Now, I mean, yeah, if I delete this, you can see kind of that descending fractal that's taking place here. And the fact that we've broken through that shows a higher low pattern here, which would cause, us to continue to head higher. So another retest of moving average, and then I think we could extend up, which would be excellent. There's room to grow on the Russell 1000, which would hopefully influence cryptocurrencies to do the same thing. So for right now, I do think the markets are going to take a week of cool down and a cool off period. And then hopefully we can get that volume back in, or some sort of media, volume that would cause the markets to swing. So S&P looks good too. But again, trending inside a downtrend certainly is all right. But I do think we're on the verge of coming back up to retest that moving average here. And then we'll see what happens. But with that being said, smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.